HYBE just dropped their second global girl group, and the more I look at the decisions they made, the more I think they set these girls up to fail before they even started. They took 3 girls who did not make it into their first global group. They added a 16-year-old from Japan, who most people watching the show did not want in the lineup. They gave them a name that sounds like an expensive skincare brand, and they pushed them out into a K-pop fandom that already had strong opinions about all of them before a single song dropped. For context, back in 2023, HYBE and Geffen launched Dream Academy. 3 insanely popular contestants, Emily, Lexi, and Samara, got cut right before the final lineup. Instead of letting them go, HYBE quietly kept them, and in August 2025, announced they were the foundation of a new group originally called Prelude. To find their final member, they dropped a 12-episode Japanese survival show called World Scout, the final piece. Over 14,000 girls applied, leading to the live finale on May 12, 2026. And that is where everything went completely wrong. The show was never a real competition. 3 of the 4 spots were already filled before episode 1 even aired. 0 fan voting. 2 judges made the entire final decision alone. And if you rewatch World Scout from episode 1, a story is clearly being built around Sakura the whole time. Her struggles, her growth, her journey. It does not feel like a competition. It feels like a documentary where the ending was already decided before filming even started. The judges chose Sakura for potential, not current skill, not fit, not chemistry with the group, just potential. That is not a competition result. That is a casting decision dressed up in 12 episodes. The fans who watched every single week felt completely played. And my take, these survival shows are not real competitions anymore. They are marketing campaigns. And honestly, it really feels like the finale was rigged against Ayana. Like in the final round, Sakura and Ayana performed completely different songs alongside the older members, which made a fair comparison basically impossible. Ayana performed We Ride, which is a vocally demanding track that required real live singing and harmonizing, while Sakura performed Party Before the Party, which is a super high energy track with complex choreography, but barely had any actual vocal lines. It was mostly just speak singing. Ayana got the song that exposed her strengths. Sakura got the song that hid her weaknesses. Ayana completely dominated the public vote, but the judges eliminated her anyway. And their reason? She blended in too well. Too naturally compatible with the original 3 girls. K-pop has spent years eliminating people for standing out too much. Now the problem is someone fit too perfectly? That contradiction was too obvious. The song choice was not random. The result was decided before the finale even aired. And if you think the audience was the only one shocked, the actual stage itself turned into an absolute ghost town the second her name was called. Like, nobody on that stage expected Sakura's name at all. Everyone watching, and literally everyone standing there, thought Ayana had that final spot completely locked down. The entire K-pop side is spiraling right now over a specific clip from the finale. If you listen closely to the background audio right after they say, "Congratulations, Sakura," a live microphone accidentally catches someone whispering, "No way." Fans are convinced it was Lexi, one of the older girls who already made the group, who said it on a live mic. The screenshots of the girls' faces show absolute shock. Sakura is literally starting her career with a massive target on her back because the older girls look like they feel she robbed their actual friend Ayana of a job. And the internet is completely validating that awkward energy right now. The second the group did their first Weverse live together on May 14th, clips immediately went viral with netizens accusing Lexi of major mean girl behavior. People are pointing out that the older members clearly wish the final piece was Ayana, and it is making the dynamic look incredibly messy. Even their moving in vlog got completely dragged by comments saying their chemistry looks so forced and completely fake. But honestly, the biggest mess here is how the actual concept and the lineup do not match. From day one, this group had one clear image: mature, sleek, sophisticated R&B, an adult concept for adult women. Then the final member is a 15-year-old girl who looks noticeably younger than everyone else. Let's do some real-world math because it is not adding up. A 15-year-old child is being put into an international pop group with 21-year-old grown adult. That is a massive difference. A 21-year-old can go to clubs, sign legal contracts, and live a full adult life. A 15-year-old should be stressing over high school algebra and a weekend curfew, not living in a house with people in a completely different stage of life. And look at the group dynamic. Emily is the dancer. Samara is the vocalist. They already look super cohesive. Long hair, very feminine energy, a very clear and established aesthetic. If you use the classic K-pop formula, the last thing they needed was another girl who matched that vibe perfectly. They needed a designated tomboy and a rapper to complete the puzzle. That is exactly why they chose Sakura over Ayana. Not because of skill, because of a corporate formula. But what actually made my jaw drop is the choreography nobody is even talking about. The choreography for the songs performed in the finale on global television included twerking and mature adult choreography. And one of the people performing was a 15-year-old girl on a global stage next to 21-year-old women. HYBE and Geffen put a minor in adult choreography on international television, and nobody in that entire company stopped and asked, should we actually be doing this? That is not a small oversight. That is a company so focused on the product that they completely stop thinking about the person inside it. And yet somehow this is the detail that is getting the least attention out of everything happening with this group right now. But watch what HYBE does the second the backlash backlash starts, they immediately push a very specific storyline to literally every single media outlet. Like, a 16-year-old girl goes from a self-taught dancer in rural Japan to a member of HYBE's next global girl group, the small-town underdog who beat all the odds. Look, Sakura's story is real, but HYBE used it as a shield against bad comments. If anyone dislikes her skills, the company can just say, "Why are you being mean to a small-town girl?" But that story hides a sad reality. Sakura is 16, barely speaks English, and lives in LA with 3 adult women who already live together and went to Coachella together. They're already best friends. Because of the language barrier and being the only minor, she is very lonely. She gets all the hate for a decision she did not even make. Then the internet made it worse. Within days, rumors spread that she could not read and dropped out of school. Fans had to clear up that she only stopped going to physical school because it was too far from her house in Japan. Still, HYBE said nothing. They let a teenager face global hate alone while they just count the views. Netizens were completely furious when a clip leaked showing Sakura's mom explaining that she basically stopped going to school consistently since the 3rd grade. People immediately started screaming exploitation, calling her a middle school dropout with 0 musical training and blasting the parent. Even though fan accounts proved she was still studying at home, HYBE just let a 16-year-old get torn apart by childhood rumors without stepping in one. The hate going to Sakura every single day is going to completely the wrong person. She competed, she worked hard, she won. Everything that happened after that was decided by adults in offices. Direct the anger where it actually belongs. And then there's the fact that the vocals do not work for this genre at all. Like, R&B needs major vocal depth. You need different voices at different registers, high, mid, and low, just so the harmonies actually sound rich and full. But Saint Satine does not have that. All 4 members sit in basically the exact same high to mid range. Like, Samara is the strongest by far, real power, real control, real range, but Lexi sits in almost the exact same register. Emily is a dancer first, and Sakura is still developing. No deep voice, no lower anger, and you heard it in their live performance of Party Before the Party. The harmonies were clean, but completely thick. Netizens absolutely tore their live debut apart on May 12th, calling it sloppy and terrible. People are literally saying Emily cannot sing at all and needs to tone down the hardcore dancing, while Lexi completely became invisible. The overriding consensus online right now is that Samara is going to be straight up carrying this entire group's vocals. The biggest proof is the music. The original demo version of the song got more love online than the actual group's version. The fans heard the problem immediately. This cannot be fixed with practice. The group was just built wrong from the start. And honestly, none of this looks like an accident. Back in 2024, the South Korean government found internal documents from HYBE. It was 18,000 pages. The report said HYBE tracked fan fights and used negative drama to keep their names trending. HYBE denied these claims, and they were not found legally responsible. But look at the facts. A shocking finale, a minor doing adult dancing, a concept that does not fit the members, and a name everyone hates. Every single drama kept this group trending for weeks. A company with that much data does not make mistakes like this. There is even proof that HYBE treats Sakura like an object they can just replace. After the group was announced, HYBE quietly changed Los Seraphim Sakura's English stage name to Miyawaki Sakura. Fans noticed it immediately. It looks like HYBE is pushing their old princess aside to make room for the new one. They see their idols as pieces in a game, not real people. My honest opinion, this does not look like bad management. It looks like a calculated plan. And a 16-year-old girl is the piece they decided to use to make that plan work. Here is where I land after all of this. Every problem I just broke down, Emily, Lexi, Samara, and Sakura did not build this situation. They just showed up and did the work. Look at the internet searches right now. When people look up their singing, it is literally just Samara's clip keeping their reputation afloat. If Saint Satine makes it, and I genuinely want them to, it will be because these 4 girls pushed through all of this completely on their own, not because HYBE made it easy. Cat's Eye proved a rough start does not mean a bad ending, but Cat's Eye had music good enough to make people forget everything they were arguing about. That is the only thing that can save Saint Satine now. The question is whether HYBE actually cares enough to give them that, or whether they are happy to keep letting the controversy do the work while they collect the clicks. So tell me, do you think the music can save them, or is the damage already done?